Hello, we are once again the Bachelor Boys. I'm Art.
I'm Jim.
And today, to contrast the last film we reviewed, which actually impressed us, today we have a film that is utter dreck, utter garbage of the lowest caliber.
Yeah. In fact, it fits quite snugly into the so bad it's good category.
Mm-hmm.
This film provides many an unintentional laugh.
That's right. Here it is. It's called Alienator. And it's supposed to be an intense sci-fi action film, but it is in fact directed by Olen Ray. And if that doesn't mean anything to you, here are but a few films that he's directed over the years. Bikini Hoedown.
Bikini Airways.
Bikini Escort Company.
Genie and String Bikini.
Bikini A Go-Go.
Bikini Chain Gang.
Bikini Roundup.
Ghost and Tina Bikini.
Bikini Girls from the Lost Planet.
The Girl from Bikini.
Invisible Mom.
Invisible Dad.
Invisible Mom 2.
And Maximum Revenge.
Now, personally, I love Fred's films. They always feature a number of washed-up pseudo-celebrities. They always try to titillate the viewer and fail pathetically, and they are almost always emulations of better-known films. Alienator is no exception.
It all begins here with the title. Now, dictionary.com defines alienate as a verb meaning to make indifferent or hostile.
So are we to assume that this film is about something that estranges or alienates others?
Well, no, I'd say that Fred Olen Ray just latched onto two already popular franchises and mashed them together.
Now, this tagline here is particularly mystifying. In deep space, the deadliest animal is still woman. Now, I can't even begin to describe what's wrong with that. Only about a quarter of the film takes place in deep space, and women aren't all that deadly compared to, say, the sea snake. And furthermore, still woman? I mean, what point is this trying to make?
I think the point we're trying to make is
Death to sea snakes!
Anyway, let's get started. The film opens up with scrolling text describing all these ridiculously epic events that we'd love to see but due to budgetary constraints never will.
Aw, Great Tyrant Baal. It sounds amazing.
So the film itself starts out on a deep space prison planet, the interior of which actually looks like a nondescript power plant.
The commander, who doesn't actually have a name but is played by a very drunk-looking Jan Michael Vincent, orders the execution of intergalactic criminal Cole for some intergalactic war crime.
That one's not Cole, by the way.
I think we're to assume Cole is evil because of those raccoony eyes of his.
So eventually Cole escapes, but not before making a heap of guys fall off railings as you do in any cheap sci-fi. Or western.
There's a bit in the escape sequence which we actually thought was the most impressive part of the film, where Cole uses a bag full of some kind of space slugs or slater bugs to incapacitate a guard.
Yeah, his face.
It's awesome because it's never really explained why or how Cole can control those slugs other than a quick shot of him looking at a bag.
So after Cole escapes, he rides his little pod to where else but present-day Earth, where he's promptly run over by some teenagers in a van.
These teenagers are easily some of the worst, most frustratingly grating characters we have ever encountered in any film. There's the stereotypical meat-headed jock.
The level-headed woman who doesn't do anything.
The hagtacular bimbo.
And the nerd.
Why is there always a nerd hanging out with a jock in these films?
So the commander unleashes the prison's last resort for capturing fugitives, a huge female android called the Alienator.
Now, the Alienator is played by a female bodybuilder named Tegan Clive, but in this film she's credited as simply Tegan.
Why would she do that? Did she really think she has so much mystique as to go by one name?
Anyway, Alienator arrives on Earth and proceeds to incinerate everything in her way. However, her laser gun for some reason is incredibly inconsistent, like she makes this one dude go on fire, but when she kills these two hillbillies, they simply disappear.
I think she had it on a different setting that time. The rest of the film concerns the teens' attempt to evade or destroy the Alienator, while at the same time uncovering Cole's malicious intentions.
Eventually, they all meet up with a forest ranger named Armstrong, played by John Philip Law, best remembered for playing the blind angel Pygar in Barbarella and as Eurotrash super thief Diabolic.
Also, there's this guy who knows about guns and stuff.
Now, looking at the Alienator, we can't decide whether or not she was supposed to be titillating to the audience. She does have some kind of things on her breasts, and she does show a lot of skin.
She's really not doing all that much for me.
Hang on, what?
When I want your interpretation,
Speaking of, is this titillating?
I'll ask for it.
What the hell is this?
And Tara, have your boyfriend let you get some sleep. You're looking a little, burnt. You know.
One of the funniest aspects of this film is just how much Jan Michael Vincent slurs his lines. In fact, we've prepared a top 5 commander lines along with our translations.
You're looking a little, burnt. Why is this taking so damn long? I don't think it was too objective of you when you dumped me for that, Ian. We have a serious mandate here. There's no room for sloppiness. Let him have a look.
Before we wrap up, there are a couple more WTF question mark moments that we'd like to bring to your attention. The first of which is an attempt at perhaps a tender moment to break up the action.
As you can see, the Alienator is having a sit down and caressing a baby deer. To us, it's just creepy and surreal.
The other moment happens right at the end of the film when a completely peripheral character does this, surely infringing on some kind of copyright.
Just baffling. So there you have it, Alienator. Classic Fred Olen Ray.
We loved it for how awful it was, and so might you. Oh, and let's hear it for Forced Perspective.